Hey guys, Shadow Spinner here with a new movie review for The Village. It was directed by M. Night, and a lot of people either love him or hate him. I love him personally. I know he's done some not as awesome films recently, but I can't discard what he's done in the past. He brought us stuff like Signs and The Sixth Sense, and just some really great movies. And I mean, yeah, Avatar was The Last Airbender was not that fantastic as it should have been, and I don't know why it's a hard time making it fantastic because it should have been really easy. I could have made it fantastic, and I'm not even a director. I don't know what he was thinking. But he did not do the best job with that, and a couple of his other films have been kind of shaky. But um, I can't discard what he did in the past. He made some awesome films, and everybody goes through their bumps, so here's hoping that he eventually gets back to making good stuff. But anyway, one of his movies that I love is The Village. This was actually one of the first scary movies I ever watched. I would used to not really be that into thriller, scary things, but I decided to give this one a try, and it scared me so bad. I don't really know why, but it did. I thought it was really scary, and so I went back a couple days ago and watched it again because I was wondering, is it really as scary as I thought? And it's not, but it does have some scary parts to it. I wouldn't go even as far as to call it horror. It's not really. It's scary. It's scary, but not horror. So I don't know what you would call it. I'm not sure. But The Village is a great movie. It's about just a small village, obviously, that's kind of hidden away from the world. They're almost kind of like the Amish, but they don't interact with anyone outside of their village. They know nothing about the outside world or anything that goes on there. And they believe that there are creatures surrounding the village who will attack anyone who tries to leave. And they are attracted to the color red, so they don't allow anything with red, any bright like flowers or berries or anything red is immediately just done away with. And so the main character in the story is blind, but I don't want to say too much more, but that is kind of important because she can't see the colors, and she's in love with another guy, and then a bunch of stuff happens. Like, and all of M. Night's films are like that. You can't go in too much into the plot because what is so great about his stuff is that you don't want to know the plot ahead of time. You only need to know the basics. That's it. If you know too much more, it's spoiled for you. It's ruined. So I won't say too much more, but it is it's a really good plot. I liked it because, like I said, if you don't know anything about the plot, it's really interesting to watch it unfold. If somebody tells you ahead of time, it's not as interesting. So I enjoyed the plot a lot. It has some really great twists to it. A lot of people complain about this movie because if you've seen M. Night's other stuff, you're expecting what kind of twists he's going to put in there based on whatever you've seen. Like if you've seen Signs or The Sixth Sense or any of his other movies, he's like the expert at twists. If you've seen those, you're going to come into this one expecting the twists and looking for them. Don't do it. That's what ruins this movie. The first time I saw it, I'd never seen any of M. Night's other stuff, and that's why it was so exciting for me. It does have twists, but I won't tell you what kinds or where they are in the film. I mean, just don't try. Don't try to guess. A lot of times that's the fun part is guessing, but with his stuff, it's best to just watch it and don't expect the twists. Don't think about them. But I love the plot. It's great. The acting, of course, in this is just amazing. It has Joaquin Phoenix, who's always awesome, Adrien Brody, Bryce Dallas Howard, Sigourney Weaver. I mean, we've got some great, great talent in here, and they're all just amazing, as usual, as they always are, because they prove themselves to be just incredible actors, and they don't let you down in this movie. I thought the characters were pretty well developed. M. Night is great at characters. He's great at making these characters that you feel for and that you get really attached to, even just an hour and a half. You feel like you know them and you feel for them when something happens. He has great characters. The music is great. It's by, I think it's, yeah, James Newton Howard, that's what I thought. But he does great music. It's incredible. Even people who don't like the movie as a movie itself love the music. The music is just awesome in this movie. Um, as for scary, it's scary, but it's not really scary. It depends on your scare level, but I didn't find it to be really scary. I found it more suspenseful and a little bit scary. Certain parts are kind of scary, but it wasn't really, really scary. It's if you've seen Signs, it's kind of in the same vein as that. Like you wouldn't call that exactly horror because it's not horrifying. It's scary. It's got some scary parts, but it's not really just really scary. Like you're gonna be covering your face with a pillow scary. So anyway, The Village, I loved it. I know some people do not love it. Some people think it just is awful movie, but I don't agree. I don't really understand where they're coming from. I feel like people come to this movie, their expectations so high because M. Night's other stuff previously had been so good that they were expecting everything that was coming in this movie that had become his staples. And that is one of his flaws is he tends to do similar things, which isn't good. But if you look at this movie on its own without comparing it to his other stuff, it's a great, great movie. So I would highly recommend it, especially if you don't like gore and guts and really just disturbing, scary movies. This is scary without having any of that. I definitely recommend it. I personally love The Village. I am not ashamed to say that I love this movie. I do. It's great, and it will always have a special place for me because it was one of the first scary movies that I ever saw. So anyway, I recommend The Village. Personally, I love it. Um, if you've seen it, feel free to comment with your opinion because I know people have different opinions. But like I said, I think it's great. So thanks for watching.